Alright, I'm gonna try another game here today called Atomfall. Let's see, the tagline is: a nuclear disaster left an area of Britain in tatters. Atomfall, a new survival action game, will see you explore, scavenge, craft, barter and fight your way through beautifully recreated scenery in search of answers. And we have the tagline: action, adventure, first person and single player. This was released quite recently, like a month or so ago, in March in 2025. The price is 50 euros for the normal edition, and you have 70 for the deluxe version. Again, for a good sized game, I think that is nothing too crazy or bad about that pricing. If it is, a good 8 to 12 hours or whatever size, it's well polished, good gameplay and stuff like that. That's, like the upper range that I think could be a good price for, if it is a bigger studio. I don't know if this is a bigger studio, but the game doesn't really have the indie vibe to it, but hey, who knows? I'm gonna have to do something real quickly here. Let me see, there we go. And yeah, I'm gonna check out the settings. You can use the timestamps down below to quickly just jump into the gameplay. And I'm coming off just Indiana Jones and to this, and I feel this is another game that probably isn't gonna be my kind of cup of tea. Survival, crafting, stuff like that. I've never been into those things, but hey, we're gonna check in the options here. First, I don't like when you have like the options and stuff like all the way to like one side. I prefer if I can get it more centered here. Minor things, but if you have an ultra wide screen or whatever, the further away it is, the more annoying it can be. Autosave frequency, okay, every 3 minutes. Show tutorials, alright. Manually dismiss, it will show more times, okay, more frequently. Auto reload, I turned this one on, it's off by default. Sprint is hold. This is default. Right, I also did turn this one on, pause game in menus. So if I'm in a menu or whatever, it will it will pause the game. I don't have to worry about the enemy attacking me. This is off by default, but I like that. I turn this one on, so if I for some reason take damage, that menu is getting close, but the game should be paused in menu, so it shouldn't be, I shouldn't need to have both of these one activated. Right, let's go with controls next. Here, okay, you have a preset, you have an input setting. Right, some nice tweaking. You have inversion of both of the axes. I know some people like that, so that's nice. Vibration on off. We have mouse aim sensitivity. You can turn on or off mouse acceleration and smoothing. Aim assist for mouse, you can turn it on or off for mouse, that's nice. Snap aim, hip fire, melee assist strength, melee assist rotation. Okay, seems good and nice. Oh, and you can do remapping. Move up, move down. I'm gonna be using mouse and keyboard for this quick look because this isn't I don't think, yeah, it's just, I don't wanna, take time off doing a Steam controller profile for a game that might not be interesting at all. It seems to be pretty medium when it comes to melee light, melee heavy, okay. When it comes to input stuff, doesn't seem to be too much crazy here. Bit of on the medium, maybe medium light side, and that's nice. Audio settings, it starts at 80% by default. That's a nice thing. You can boost this a little bit, or you can, turn it down, and you can tweak. Should be more than enough to tweak your, the audio to your liking here with subtitles on. I really love this. Subtitle color by default is white, but I like it more of a toned down yellow here. So you can tweak the color of the subtitles. This is a really nice little thing here, and you can have background or not for the subtitles. It's a great thing here. Dynamic range audio. Let's turn this to medium. This is a good thing, again, if you don't want explosions or something to be super loud and, you know, dialogue might be on the quiet side. You turn this one down and it will be more compressed, more of the same level of everything. You also have this that can be nice if you have headphones to kind of simulate more of a virtual, you know, surrounds sound there. And nice that you can choose your device if you want to change your audio output. Accessibility. Text scale, nice, you can change the size, you can tweak all of your different colors here. Crosshair, I've changed this from white to green. I might, maybe I'll regret this, we'll see. Really nice to be able to do that, both for subtitles and for crosshair. And I've turned down camera bob and recoil sway and camera shakes. This is great accessibility options. And obviously nice to turn off motion blur because some like it, some don't. Also that you can turn off full screen effect is a really good settings menu so far. It's a lot of settings, but it's nothing too crazy. And you have descriptions for stuff here. Display. This is where it starts to break apart a little bit. You can see that this is in window mode, and it might be hard to tell, but this is saying 2560 times 1440. The problem with window mode, at least in the Xbox Game Pass version here, I'm playing on Windows, is that when you turn on window mode, every time I launch the game, it defaults to my native 4K resolution. And I can't pick a resolution, I have to manually resize, and I have to like pixel peak when I try to resize it to make it a 1440p window mode. No. It's great that you can resize the window manually, but it should have resolution presets for me. 1080p, 720p, you know, 1080, 1440, stuff like that. Really, really annoying. And especially since it doesn't save these settings, I have to do it every time I launch the game. So this is an FPS limit. It goes from unlimited to 120. That's nice. Obviously could have been nice if you had like 144, 165 or something more, but it's a good ground for most of the people probably. And this is also nice that you can, you know, you can set this to be a bit of a lower background FPS. So if you tab out, the game can, you know, slow down, or you can turn it off. I have it match foreground. You can. This is nice. You can, if you need more performance, you can obviously turn this render resolution down or up if you want to have a higher quality of anti-aliasing effect. You have a preset for graphics. I tried turning on HDR, but it will not work. I'm guessing HDR only works in full screen or exclusive full screen mode, not in window mode, unfortunately, so no HDR here. Yeah, I didn't want to try to investigate how to get HDR working, but HDR is not working for me by having HDR on in Windows and running the game in window mode, and I toggled HDR on in the launcher. HDR is still grayed out. Windows is telling me that, hey, HDR is not activated in this game. Do you want to use auto HDR? So yeah, it supports HDR, but not in window mode. Reduce mouse lag. This could be nice. I have no problem with this off and how input feels. So yeah, and RTX 5070, you can see that I'm pretty much everything is oomphed up in 1440p to the max settings. And again, motion blur is off. The biggest problem here is that you don't have any setting for anti-aliasing. It's just a quality slider, but you can't pick FXAA, SMAA, TAAA. There's no DLSS, XCS, FSR upscaling support or anything like that. I wish they could get, you know, FSR and the DLSS upscaling and stuff, and maybe even frame gen. But performance has been a non-issue in the quick thing here, but everything is oomphed up in 1440p window mode on an RTX 5070 here. just cranked everything except for render scale. But we're gonna get into a new game. You don't have any save slots, unfortunately. A minor thing. Most people probably won't have a problem with that, but right. And we're just gonna go for the recommended. Yes, you can change your difficulty whenever you want. That's nice. And it's nice that it's gonna tell us that, hey, if you start the game here, there is no save slots. And I'm gonna go into play this with mouse and keyboard for this quick look at this game. And we're gonna go for the default moderate difficulty. Audio is paused when I tab out.
Into the envy of its northern neighbors. Scientific progress waits
Right.
for no one.
And the public has nothing to fear.
The area will be reopened by Christmas at the latest.
The situation is more complex than was at first understood.
No military expeditions into the area have been lost. Where did you get such an idea?
Lab spying experts. Oh, no more reconnaissance flights. The interference field is bringing down aircraft like clay pigeons.
Let me be clear. Our experts are monitoring the situation, and I would urge everyone to remain calm. The situation in Cumberland is well in hand.
Atomfall. Alright, we have the kind of apocalyptic here, nuclear war problem things here. Right, it sets the mood. It sets the mood. Okay, so we're right into it.
What are you doing in here?
An automatic saves there.
Secure. Where's Dr. Powell?
Oh. Right, and you have different choices that might or might not affect the gameplay. And I don't know how I got here, so I'm just gonna go with... Okay, so you can be confused, you can be... Okay, let's go with this one.
I think I'll be alright. For the moment, at least. It's more important that you listen to me. I don't know who you are, but I could trust you more than I can trust myself. Please listen. Listen. Oh, my thoughts are still my own. You're trapped in the quarantine zone around the Windscale atom plant. That's where it all went
Okay,
wrong.
I'm trapped in a quarantine.
Through the interchange. You need my key card.
Okay.
Or you'll never get in. There are people. Oh, God. People who will help you escape, but they won't do it for free. I've lost so much blood. I can't think straight. There should be supplies nearby. Alcohol and rest. Stop the bleeding, please.
Okay, so we need to help. Well, maybe not need to, but this could be a good idea to be helping here. Sorry for that. Okay, let's be helpful, right? We start off being a nice guy here. But okay, you can... okay, just try to steal. Different choices. I don't know how big impact this will have, the choices. But we're gonna be helping. Alright. So the first thing here is that you can see on the door frame here, there is some sharpening and like anti-aliasing going on. And again, you can't really change your anti-aliasing settings or anything like that, unfortunately. Also, I think I wanna try something. Is it this one? No, is it this one? Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn this one down a little bit smooch. It looks a little bit interesting. There we go. Yeah, this looks a little bit more natural here. But yeah, you can't really do anything with anti-aliasing, and there's a lot of like... It's not great. I wish I could have a better tweaking for that, anti-aliasing, but alright, we're supposed to try to get bandage for him. Let me turn on real quickly MSI Afterburner. Let's see how this is gonna be running. Whoop. We take a towel. So you loot stuff to try to find stuff, to be able to craft stuff. Right, so here the game runs really nice, right? RTX 5070 have no problems on 1440p, the highest settings here in 120 frames. You know, the GPU is running at like 50%. We're just going around looting. But yeah, I like the style, but the anti-aliasing could be better in here, and it looks like it is like maybe over-sharpening or something like that. And even if it runs good on the RTX 5070, you know, it would be nice. It would be nice to have DLSS or FSR or XCS and stuff like that to have to pick your upscaling stuff. And DLSS could maybe be helpful for as an anti-aliasing. That might be, you know, working nicer than these, or for like oh, crafting, there we go. Okay, so you need to craft. Let's craft the bandage, there we go. But yeah, could be also be good for as an anti-aliasing method to have DLSS and stuff like that. But it's a minor thing. It looks really nice. I like the atmospheric, and again, it runs great so far.
A bandage. Please help me.
VRAM is on the highest setting here on 1440p. It's reaching a little bit over 7 gig with OBS running, recording.
Thank you. Delaying the inevitable, I'm afraid. But at least I can think more clearly now. Here's my
System
key.
memory is really low though.
Get you out of here.
Okay, we get a keycard, we get into the interchange.
Doesn't matter what else happened. As long as
Okay, what is the truth of this place?
Here are my notes. Everything I remember. It's not much, but it's all.
Okay, a note. This note belonged to the injured scientist I met when I woke up. It's okay, so we wake up, blah blah. It's scrawled in messy and frantic handwriting. Do not forget the interchange. The secrets are inside. Do not forget the interchange. Modified key card should open the interchange. Finds the truth. The truth is under the windscale plant, and where there is truth, the interchange. The truth must get out. Find someone to help you escape. People will help you if you bring them secrets. Okay. Right.
I can do. Now listen, there's still every chance that something bad may happen to me, and you shouldn't be here when it does. If I can ever repay you for helping me, I will. But for your own safety, you should go. Leave
Right.
me. Go
So you
now.
can help people out.
It's rare to find anyone who has the slightest spark of kindness in this place. It may help you to survive.
Takedown.
I hope so.
Okay, so you can be an. All right, you can be nice, or you can be. Ooh, or you can be well, less nice. But yeah, I like the atmosphere. It's really nice. And again, the performance is top notch. It's super smooth. Again, I played Indiana Jones, and there was something with the frame pacing when I was just moving the mouse. This one, no problem. This is silky buttery smooth here with 120 native frames here. No frame generation, anything like that. And again, my GPU in this environment is just 50% utilization. My Ryzen 5600X, no real problem. It's not using every core. It's like using maybe up to like 4 core, 8 threads, something like that. Yeah. I really like this. So far, it's just a really nice, artistically looking game, right? With some nice, mysterious vibe to it. The only thing so far is that it is a crafting game, and I don't know how the combat is gonna be and stuff like that. But just from the artistic vibe and everything, it's really interesting. This is a game that I might, you know, do like one stream or so, just to see how it's gonna feel later on. With the crafting stuff and everything.
Oh, come on. I just want us to be friends.
Right, I have played this area just to make sure everything was working. And there is some combat coming here, melee combat that again is not for me. I'm not a melee combat guy.
Off with you, or you'll regret it. Go on, get out. I see you.
Okay. We are looting, we are looting. Would have been nice, definitely, if I could have gotten the HDR to work here in the window mode. I think that could have been really great for this game, right? Because you have a lot of contrast, so that could have been oomphed up with HDR. So yeah, but again, unfortunately, it didn't seem to work in window mode HDR, unfortunately. Don't think about going back. So that blood rage using zone, and it will be the death of you. Outlaws are sniffing around now, they might as well. Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel that it would be probably really nice. I don't think I can craft anything yet, no. Would have been really nice with some HDR oomph here. So it's a shame that it didn't work with window mode. Trying to be stealthy. Alright. Use and blah blah blah. Use shortcuts for quick access. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I don't want to spend the time getting into that right now. I want to spend time on just walking around. Okay, we can see that it is a little bit more heavy here now. My GPU utilization went up to a little bit over 80%. 1440p highest settings here into 120 frames. VRAM has now gone up to close to 9 gigabyte. That's quite interesting. So on 1440p with the highest settings, VRAM, you're gonna need what it looks like probably up to 10 gig. Or you might have to turn down some settings. Oh, you have a little comic strip. Ooh, that's cool. That's cool. Collectibles. Alright. Yeah, I really like the vibe of this game so far, but yeah. If it's gonna be a stealthy, sneaky game, again, that, you know, that's not my type of gameplay. But it feels really interesting, but I read some mixed reviews here that the game is a little bit maybe inconsistent, or yeah. It's not like been overall positive results that I've read a little bit about the game. And here we can really see that this kind of weird anti-aliasing shimmering effect here, they could have really maybe done something about that. There's a lot of anti-aliasing here on the ultra setting on the back, kind of bridge there. Yeah, it looks like it has some kind of sharpening on. Can you turn that one down? Is there a sharpening? I don't see any sharpening settings. Because it seems like it's over sharpening. Yeah, I don't see any. Yeah, it does seem like it have like a bit of an over sharpening effect to the image here. Hello? Can't really read the sign there. Alright. Okay, and we can see that this area is a little bit more heavy to run here. I'm up again to like 80% GPU utilization here. And now all my 6-core 12 threads are being utilized by my Ryzen 5600X, but I'm still getting 1440p 120 frames smooth. Again, there's a lot of anti-aliasing on these little wires there's in the background. Alright, but yeah, it looks really... except for this like over-sharpening kind of look to it. I love the artistic like direction with the colors, the saturation. Again, it would have been amazing if I could have get HDR working here in window mode to really see how that would have oomphed up. I like the mysterious vibe of this game. But yeah, the crafting thing, and if it's going to be a lot of melee combat, that is the thing that unfortunately, you know, are going to be off-putting for me. Oh, you can climb up here. There's a nice little bit of a looting going on here also. Ooh, shotgun ammo. Ooh, there we go. Oh, shotgun. Oh, nice, nice. Here we go. Reload, check ammo, aim, fire. Ooh, oh, here we went up all the way to 90% of GPU utilization. Alright, alright. And VRAM seems to just keep rising. We are up to almost 11 gigabytes of VRAM. Now...
Not saying you were on this stretch before. How do? Where did you come from then?
Alright.
Blimey! He must have taken a knock on the noggin or something. Still, you're looking decent fettle now. Listen, if you don't mind my saying, you don't look much like a local. You didn't walk in from, well, from the outside. Outside the zone, of course. Bloody heck. You
okay.
Don't remember out, do you? This place? The quarantine zone. That's what the soldiers called it. Just sort of stuck after a while. It's this big old chunk of land inside the walls. They put those buggers up fast enough when it all went to clagging here. My name's Nat, by the way. Forgive me being curious of strangers. This place been off for years. There've been strange happenings. You have to be careful who you trust. Not civilized round here anymore, just savages that roam about. And a few survivors, like myself. Well, there's a bunch who call themselves outlaws. But if you're expecting Robin Hood and his merry men, you're gonna be properly disappointed. right shower of ne'er-do-wells and bullies. Keep well away from them, if you want my advice. And there's other things too. Nasty things. I've seen them, and I'm sure we've got the boffins to thank for it.
The boffins?
Shady, secret stuff them scientists were up to. Whatever they were doing, they were right keen to bury it when it went wrong. Listen, I overheard them once, the blokes in noddy suits. The ones that appeared right after the disaster, talking about their quarantine. How they had to seal the place. Said something about an interchange. A secret project. But I should stop talking before I get carried away. Not personal. I can be a right chatterbox, that's all. It's what they chucked me out in the village for, the buggers. So
Right. Yeah, I wanna, it's great. You get a lot of lore by talking there. But we don't want to spend it too much time. But yeah, I was mentioning the VRAM, right? That is gone up from like 7 gigs now to 10.7 gigabyte. And that doesn't really mean that the game actually is using all of this VRAM. It's just... it's allocating it, but it might just be that I have a 12 gig of VRAM available that makes this game try to use as much as possible of it, because we are now up to 11.5 gigs of VRAM. I'm very curious to see if we're gonna hit 12 gig, the max VRAM. 11.9, is it gonna crash? But yeah, it doesn't mean that the game here is okay. It is. We did get like a little bit of a VRAM maybe performance hit here. Well, FPS is going down. It is really getting more and more heavy, I guess. Probably not VRAM limited yet. I don't think so. When you get VRAM limited, the game's gonna crash or it's gonna tank your FPS even more. Right. But yeah, it is quite heavy here. It is really on the it's really on the edge of maintaining 120 frames here in 1440p with the highest settings. Just on the edge. But again, it is very nice looking. Ow. Okay. Metal detector, water scrap. Huh. When a cache in my detector will flash and sound. Light show direction, needle show did an aim metal detector dig. Oh, there we go. Nice. New lead found. All right. Yeah. Okay. And we have a map. Okay. Oh. We have question marks. I'm just gonna wander around a little bit, right? So yeah, we can see here that we are, I'm dropping here and there a little bit below 120 frames, right? So this game definitely could do well with DLSS and stuff like that. And also again, DLSS could be used for like anti-aliasing also. Right, so it is a little bit of a slow burner for sure. Again, not the craziest action game. So this is probably not gonna be a game that I'm digging into, but I might do like a stream where I like play a little bit more. Just to see how it's going to maybe turn out. Do we have crafting? Right, so you can craft. And again, I would have loved to do this in HDR, because this looks like something that would, well, be great for HDR, right? But in windowed mode, HDR did not work, unfortunately, for me. But yeah, unfortunately, this kind of slower walking around, looting, trying to find things so you can craft. It's not really my type of gameplay. But I do really like the vibe of this game. Pistol ammo, okay. Okay, it looks like the animals there are attacking me. Quite the interesting. I don't know what is my... Okay, I can see my HP in the bottom there. I'm just gonna try this. Okay. Do we have... No. I'm just wandering around, you know, looking at the game, see what's gonna happen. Okay, so you get it feels pretty open, that you can like move around freely.
What was that?
I have no idea if I should have done that. He looks like he wasn't a nice dude, so... Alright, alright. So, yeah, again, with the Ryzen 5600X and with my... let me do this. And with my RTX 5070, I'm just pushing in... There we go. I'm just pushing... pushing 4040p here in 120 frames. What I just did is that I added a little bit of an overclocking to my RTX 5070 here, so just to make it maybe a tad smoother. yeah, lots of nice places to just wander around, explore, and doing things here. Again, it's not really my type of game like this, but I do really like the vibe of it. I can see so far that you might enjoy it. Oh, that's great to get. A torch is great to have. But yeah, looting a lot isn't a huge problem for me, but crafting stuff and maybe managing like weapons and gun a little bit extra, that is not really my type of gameplay. It might be also, maybe there's supposed to be, you know, a lot of like melee combat going on. Oh. Okay, that's nice. Okay, that is... There we go. Hidden scrap. Some mysterious thing happening here. Gosh. Okay. I pretty much died here. Alright. Alright, you can use skills. Collect training stimulants and spend them to master new skills. Find and retraining maps to unlock new skills to master. Right, so... Okay. Requires 5. I have 2. 3. 1. Weapon throw training. You know what, we're gonna do that another time. Alright. Alright. Aim and throw. Ooh, a revolver! How do you... this one? Oh. Unused items can be stored in it. All tubes have access to the store inventory. Okay, okay, interesting. So, pretty much like a storage room. Right, that's nice. Let's not right now, but okay, so this is like a save room, storage room. Can I how do I... oh, okay, so I can maybe do... okay, there you go. Okay, you can swap like that. Oh, that's nice. Oh, and you have your... right. Okay. Alright, so like a save room here. Yeah, yeah. It seems so far, you know, it seems like a pretty interesting kind of game here. But again, all of this crafting and stuff, yeah, this is probably like Indiana Jones, gonna be unfortunately not the game for me to dig into. But it seems quite interesting. Yep, I saw that one coming. And again, performance seems pretty damn good for me. I am running a slight overclock on my RTX 5070 that you can see in the top left there. It's boosting a little bit higher. But even normally I could pretty much get just the 120 frames here in there. Oop. Yeah, just in 1440p higher settings I could just get... there we go. That's the case. There's a lot of things to read here. Yeah, I could just barely get... I could just maintain 120 frames in this more demanding scenery outdoors. But with the overclock here I might just have a little bit more headroom. Squeeze! Oh, and here you can see the metal detector. Which is a nice little... nice little thing. It looks like there was something up there. Okay, that's fine. There's a phone booth. Let's go and see if there's gonna be something mysterious there. Alright, and you have your little map here, and so here is where I am, and I could have gone crash site, bunker, enters into safe room location, investigation, resolved. Oh, okay, you came from blah blah. But this one I have done. But yeah, I think we're gonna end here. Maybe go just down here, have a little bit of a peek. Oh wait, oh, have I gone in a circle? I think I've gone in a circle now, okay. Yeah, okay. So this might be where I'm supposed to go. Okay, yeah, I think I walked around in the circle here. Let's go down and check this little area down here. Yeah, that's him, okay. So it's a bit of an open, but it's not crazy open here. But I didn't go this path, right? We can have a check, and alright, and there is a path up here. But I was here already, I think. Right? Yeah. Empty. Okay. Let's just walk a little bit more here around. I took that path. There could be something in this path. I don't think I went this way. There is some NPC or something down here that could be friendly or very not friendly. Are you friendly? Oops. Oops. Did I do that? I didn't want to take the cricket bat, but alright. Alright. Dun, da, 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 da. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Ooh, rifle ammo. Lots of loot. If you like looting, this might be a good game for you. So we have a single shot rifle. Oh, that is a little bit eerie. Yeah, smacked in my face there. Yeah, I feel like for an hour, you know, I gotten to see, you know, the gameplay, and it seems quite intriguing. But again, it's not really, not really my type of game with a lot of looting and crafting, but it seems quite interesting. So it might be something worth for you to check out if you like crafting, looting, and mysterious vibe. Quite a big little area to go around. Oh, and something that you... Might be something here. Yes. All right. I don't know how much. Woo! Okay, that's a trap. It's quite like there's no real ambience or anything. It's a lot of it's a lot of silence. Okay, so you need to be a little bit of careful with traps. Alright, alright. Yeah. Would have been fun maybe if I could have... Oh, investigation, if I could have found a little bit more. Stick together. This is a really nice little extra addition to the game. I love it. Classic. All right, but yeah, I think you know I've got a good idea about the game. We are about like 1 hour mark here, you know. Lot of looting, crafting, and you can do stealthy takedowns. You're probably supposed to be a bit more sneaky than I am.
Come on then!
Bloody thing! Reload! Stop your murdering!
Yeah, it is a slower paced, you know. Slower paced combat-wise there. I should have had like my shotgun out there. Let's see where... Oh, okay. Hello? Hello? I wanted to just go for the latest save. Is that... Okay, so that's 3 minutes ago, right? Yeah, every 3 minutes there's an autosave. Right, so you do lose some progress here. It looks like you might be able to manually save. Right, yeah. So this is where I like... Lots of those ones. Single shot shotgun. How many shots do I have? Oh, 1 shot only. Well, yeah, okay, yeah. I think this is a great stopping point, right? It is quite interesting. But yeah, it's a bit slow paced for the combat wise so far for me here, and all of the looting and stuff like that, it's nice if you enjoy it, but I'm more of the action type thing here, and with the guns I have here, and you have to be maybe like crafting like weapon and stuff like that, finding more, maybe be more sneaky, and not just go guns blazing into the fire. It's just not my type of, you know, game. I want a little bit more action, crazy stuff. And then, you know, again, I love the art style. I think the mysterious thing here is quite interesting. Definitely has some vibe to it. But yeah, it's a bit too much of a slow burner. And again, the combat is a bit more like slower paced. You are slower, more tactical. You have to be careful with your shots, maybe be more sneaky. That's really yeah, that's not my vibe of game, but it's yeah, seems like quite interesting. I might not be supposed to be in this area that I'm just like an idiot just walking into. That looks like there's a ton of enemies.
Nice and easy. Just be calm. Hands away from Who goes there?
So yeah, you probably need to be a little bit more sneaky, cautious, and manage your ammo. Manage your HP, crafting stuff. I can see that, you know, some people might like it, and I haven't gotten super far into the game yet, so it's hard to tell about how the combat and everything is gonna evolve. But yeah, let's find a place and just stop around here. Do I have to, like, yeah, you have to go out. It could have been fun if I could have made it maybe all the way to that place, to like have some kind of mission progress, I guess. Could have been fun.
Steady now. You don't start it, sunshine. Bombs away.
I'm just trying to see if I could have... No, I can't run to that one. I'm gonna die here. I'm in the midst of this outlaw territory. I'm just going a little bit crazy here by the end. Oh, that's a trap, right? I was just thinking if I could just maybe go to this, if this is like a mission thing. I don't know. New entries. Right. But yeah, I'm gonna stop real soon. I'm just seeing if I maybe can...
Nice and easy. Don't go asking for trouble or you'll get it.
Right, but this is... this is a place I've been already to? Maybe it is. Okay, yeah, I already was up here, right? Yeah, entrance to the interchange. Or is this... what is this? Oh, no. Okay, I hadn't been here. Okay. Okay, so this is, you know, you're probably supposed to just sneak your way here. Not like me with all of the trying to combat. Alright, and here you have your storage and you have kind of like a save room. Let's just see what happens if we do this.
Unauthorized personnel may not, under any circumstances, enter the... Access granted. The interchange.
Okay, trespassing area, enemies will be aggressive. Right, again, so you're supposed to be more tactical. Be more stealthy, ammo management and stuff like that. So yeah, if you like this type of things, you know, the looting, the sneaky, be more manage your ammo and stuff like that, might be worth checking this one out. It seems to be, you know, it's fairly reasonably priced, but obviously that's gonna depend on how much you like it or not. You know, 50 euros might be a bit too high to just take a chance. I don't think there's any demo for this one either. I can check when I exit, which is unfortunate because again, it could be really nice to try a demo to see how it runs and how like sneaking around feels to you and how the inventory system and everything works. I can't really speak too much about how this works. I can navigate the basic, but again, I'm not into this type of gameplay that much. I don't know how good it is compared to other like looting games and crafting games. This might not be good, or it might just be decent. Combat wise, again, it didn't feel like crazy there when I had a little bit of action, but then again, this might be more that you're supposed to be, you know, sneaky combat, effective, using melee and stuff like that, and I went in guns blazing, so must die. Oberon. Click. Right. Okay, so this is probably a good place for me to stop here, right? Oberon. Oh. Bootstrap. Right, yeah. This is a good place to stop. We can... well, I do a save, but I don't quit to menu. There we go. So, let me just quickly tab out. Let me do that. Do that. Let me double check. I don't think there's a demo. No, I don't see any demo here. Okay, so Atomfall. Yeah, I like the graphical style, but I've read on the forums and I can agree that there is no really good form of anti-aliasing, right? It seems to be over sharp and there's a lot of anti-aliasing. So you would have liked to be able to pick, you know, the type of anti-aliasing to use, and you know, it runs great on the 5070, but in 1440p 120Hz, but it would be good to have DLSS and FSR for upscaling for people that, you know, might run lesser hardware, right? And also that could also be helpful as an anti-aliasing method, DLSS and FSR and XCS and stuff like that, to maybe make the kind of shimmering, flickering a little bit less. It seems also that it is a very like almost over-sharpened picture, so maybe a sharpening slider here. But it's running pretty damn good. It's a bit heavy on the outside sometimes to get 1440p on the highest possible settings. But I managed to just barely get a, you know, smooth 120 frames experience, and when you're inside, it runs really great. There's no really problem to achieving 120 frames there, and so yeah, performance and graphically, it's really pretty damn solid, right? It could definitely again be a little bit better outside, and it seems to at least allocate up to like 12 gig of VRAM with OBS recording, so it definitely can be a little bit of a VRAM hungry game for what you're getting. But it could also just be that the game sees that I have 12 gig of VRAM and just use it, and if you have a lesser, it might not be allocating as much. So, but you probably want to have at least 8 gig of VRAM for a good experience in this game. And the game, like, story seems, it's hard to grasp. You start very mysterious. I haven't gotten a lot of clues in 1 hour. It's just kind of like I know nothing. You might like this story progression or type or not. But yeah, it's so hard to tell, but it seems interesting story-wise. And then we comes to the gameplay, which seems pretty solid for what it is, with fairly it's simple looting. I haven't crafted too much. It seems kind of simple with skill upgrade and stuff like that. Seems to work nice. But it does also seem like this is more of a stealth sneaky game. So, you need to be tactical if you're gonna attack. You're gonna be tactical if you're gonna do like a melee takedown. You need to be managing your ammo carefully, and you need to use those storage tube to kind of like pick things up, and then you can store them and you can swap inventory at those places. So you need to be interested in this more slower paced, stealthier management type of gameplay. That is not my thing, right? It seems very interesting, but it's just I need more oomph, I need more action, I need my guns go in guns blazing, and that it's so I probably won't be streaming or playing this game more, but it was very close to like getting me interested. But when I came into that area where lots of enemies I shouldn't have attacked, it became really clear that if you go in guns blazing, you're in trouble. Go stealthy, be sneaky, be more management, because I didn't really have enough ammo to take all of them out and everything like that, and it's just, yeah, it went to shit fast, right, when I was going to action. But this is the medium difficulty, you could, turn it down and maybe then it works going guns blazing more. But yeah, it's a very interesting game, but it's the gameplay loop that's just probably not gonna be for me. Again, if someone plays this, streams, I might want to be tuning in to see how they, someone that are into this, how they might tackle it and go at it. Sometimes watching here and there, but for me to play and invest time into it myself, probably not. But it's on Game Pass, so if you don't want to spend 50 euros for this, you can try like a month of Game Pass for, I think the price right now is 12 euros. So I got Game Pass because I want to try Doom the Dark Ages, and I'm not paying the 80 freaking euros for that game. Or was it 100 euros? It was expensive as hell. So yeah, I got to play this game and the indie game, Indiana Jones games, and I'm gonna try and play Doom. So it's a great alternative here if you don't wanna. Again, it's a shame there's no demo. It would have been the best. So you could get that, but Game Pass can be great if you look. Is there a few games that you're interested in trying or something like that? You can get 1 month Game Pass and try them, play maybe, and see if it's your thing or not. But maybe check this one out if you like this loot and gameplay loop. Feel free to leave a like, a comment if you want to do that, and follow or check back to my channel if you don't want to miss me trying stuff like this. Again, stuff that I try and that I like and that I want to play through, it's gonna happen on twitch.tv/Halkenstrong at the current time, or at this point in time. But probably not this game, but I'm gonna be thinking a little bit about maybe playing more or not, we'll see. Again, HDR was a shame that I couldn't get that working in window mode, because this seems like a nice game with HDR. If HDR is properly implemented, I don't know about that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. So thanks for watching, have a great day, and bye for this time.